here we are. It's episode 75, which means it's a Friday, which would normally mean we're doing a character wheel. But we're not going to be doing a character wheel this week because we're not really having any emotional journeys. We're not doing any character development. It's just been pure chaos, pure fighting. So, since it's about fighting, I'm going to do something different this week. After the episode, I'm going to rank some fighting styles. So hang around for that if you're into that. If you normally skip the character wheel, maybe you don't want to skip this week because this will be something different. All right, let's go ahead and get into it. This is episode 75. We're going on one. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, kind of creepy. This character lives or dies with the voiceover performance, and this voiceover actor is incredible. So we're doing good there. Look at that, man. That is cool. They somehow made it work, the fusion between the two. That was a fool. Oh, I was going to say that was a foolish attack, but it was a trick. You're a little too happy there, buddy. Quit stealing my knives. Knife thief? Oh, okay, thanks. So you didn't steal them. You just destroyed them. That's property destruction. Destruction of property. You've been tricked again. Interesting. The caption said bastard. What he actually said was this guy's a freak. Two very different communications. One of them he's just insulting him. The other one he's like kind of making an observation. My migraine. Yeah. Oh, it was a flashback headache. Hey man, he had a little bear. That's very cute. The whole concept of a teddy bear is kind of weird because it's a terrified monster. A teddy cat would be better, right? Because cats scary, but they're not going to rip you apart and eat you like a bear would. So why are teddy bears cute and fluffy and comforting when they're not in real life, right? You suck. Say, look at this freak. I'm keeping the ball. That'd be a dick move, right? Oh, it doesn't matter that he helped you. Wow. Wow. It's one thing for me to make these jokes, but wow, man. Really? Y'all suck. Get your asses back over here. I just want to play. Stop being so creepy. Yeah. Guess I'll have to kill you then. That's right. Shouldn't make me feel bad. Oh, okay. You got somebody to help. Finally. You know, it'd be kind of nice if he had some adult supervision considering the nature of him. Like, adult supervision, asshole. Where were you? Somebody else should be watching him if you go to the toilet. It's sad that the bear feels abandoned. Hey, now that was a nice transition. Does it look like I'm running? Well, yes, it does, but you know what I mean. So is this a separate sentient creature taking over him, or is this just an extension of his personality? It feels like the purpose of flashback was this is an extension of his personality. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Stop slobbering. Evil doesn't mean you have to be nasty. Well, you're my prey. We're going to keep returning to the scene. This is about the fifth time we've come back to the scene. Can we just see the whole thing at once? What do you want? Why are you so obsessed with me? I'm not going to date you. Uh, Loneliness is overrated. Only boring people are lonely. Oh, how dare they not want to spend time with me? I'm entitled to people spending time with me. Yeah. Get the hell out of here. I get what he's actually saying. I'm mocking what he's saying on the surface, but I get the undercurrent of what he's saying. There are a lot of parallels. That's been intentional. Break it up. Yeah, stop looking at him. He's got plenty of friends. Yeah. Let's not keep coming back to the scene. It's getting annoying. That sounds like a threat. Threats aren't nice. Kill or be killed. Look at it. He didn't like that. Okay, you're hard. You can leave. We'll come back to the scene again, onward. You keep coming back to that point. You seem obsessed with whether or not he's afraid of you. It's tactical. Have you ever seen a ninja just stands right in front of somebody and just be wailing away and they never move? Like, come on, dude. This he's being tactical here. But again, words. We're gonna keep coming back to this. The words are his words right now are his attack. He's trying to make him do something foolish and impulsive, so he can take his ass out. So this is all part of the plan, right? By the way, I love the character design of the normal teeth, monster teeth. That was cool. Just a nice little touch, right? Yep. So that your power can be absorbed. That has nothing to do with it. You're reaching, dude. That makes more sense than just oh no, if I kill 99 people, that's okay. If I kill 100 people, that's bad. Like no, that makes no sense. But to have somebody come back at a future point, that kind of makes sense in a weird way, right? I kind of get that. but not before the commercial. Yeah. I like how the music shifted. Yes, let's get back to this storyline. There's so much going on. That Knives Man is back for like 3 episodes now, man. I see the face of my ghost. Just rip it out. The hell are you waiting for? That's a good one. Hurry up and die, you withered old buzzard. Wow. That's right. Come on, sword. Come on, let's go. Quit penetrating me. Just get it out. There's only so much we can do this, man. Pull it out. What I think's gonna happen, I think Orochimaru's gonna win. That's what I think's gonna happen. Hokage's dead. He gonna die. I didn't think that a couple episodes ago, but now the way this is going, it feels like that's the way it's gonna play out. It looked like Kage was going to win for a while. That's right. Get his ass. To shreds, you say. I don't know. Again, I don't believe any fake out deaths. He's got to be laying there as a corpse or a severed head for at least 90 seconds for me to believe it. See? That didn't work. Well, he's certainly not watching Carrot Top if he's laughing that much. What are you, the narrator? Oh, it's only now clear to you, huh? You're a masochist. He's giving me Venom energy. I hadn't thought about Venom until now. What do you think? Venom? About to be thrice. And then twice, or whatever four is. Why don't you just go get some pom poms? Right arm and half a head. We don't want to know what's happening below, right? Hey, don't shit out some sand. Ew. That's disgusting. You should wipe after that. Yeah. I think he's going to completely transform if you don't take care of business and take him out now. Stop destroying the trees, by the way. Oh, okay. I thought he was going to try to. Then he did destroy a tree. Stop it. I like the little talons, right? Good. Good stuff. But he's so chaotic. How do you predict that? Yeah, burning feels good. I think we should do that. Uh, he's got a fire shield. Yep, you better go dig deeper. Oh shit! Damn, he cratered that tree. He got hit so hard. Jesus. least Guard left. I'm okay with him returning to this if he's gone. Oh, shit. Right. And he already had a fight today, too, by the way. Half a fight. Yeah. Nothing good. Oh, okay. Well, that's just great. I can think of worser cases. Get captured by that monster. Well, we know what's going to happen this time. I didn't say that. I didn't say that was my best. I wasn't looking for your critique either, so. Your hatred is weak. Cool story, bro. I just don't think hate lasts. Yeah, it's starting to get on my nerves too. I get him. See, that's the whole point again. You have to keep reminding yourself this is part of the attack. The verbal onslaught is part of the fight. Just keep repeating the same shit. Hey, don't get sued by Disney now. Oh shit. It's gonna fizzle out, isn't it? Apparently not. No fizzle here. Did he cave in your skull? No. You rip your heart out? Doesn't look like it. It's hard to tell because they're being coy. Turn around. Let's see it. What you got? Oh, nice. So much for Mr. Hyde. He's out of here. There's all the one coming out of his ass, too. That's right. Oh, don't try to get another hand now. I can do this all day. Oh, no. Never mind. Well, gotta tap into the evil, I guess. Is it about time for our friends to show up? Yes. Yes, it is. That's right. Kick his ass. Tired of this dude, man. You talk about the cavalry. Just in time. Now, see, if you'd been standing around talking any longer, this wouldn't have worked. What's up, bitch? Yeah. This has been in the mail for a while. Fantastic. Okay, so before we get to the fight ranking thing, it's easy to make the comment that the show's called Naruto, but it's not about Naruto. I was tempted to. But the reason I'm not going to do that is because it annoys me when people get obsessed with the title of a show, and then that's the joke. They just keep making the same joke, especially on Twitter. We'll just have the same joke, same joke, same joke, same joke, same joke, same joke. Like, God damn, get a new joke. And it's just like the one when Bob Barker died, he got the closest to 100 without going over it. Like, God damn, get a new joke, man. Please, I'm begging you, find a new joke. When you think of an obvious joke, search it and see if 85 other people have already made it. And then if they have, don't do it. It's that simple. Like, no joke is that perfect. Like, clearly somebody else has thought of that joke. In this case, the book of Boba Fett. Oh, they should have called it the Book of the Mandalorian. You know? Like, my God, they were telling... Like, it's called the Book of Boba Fett. That doesn't mean it has to be about Boba Fett every effing episode, man. It's just a title. The implication there is if they had called it XYZ, then they wouldn't have a complaint on the show. The Book of Boba Fett would be a perfect show if it had just been called XYZ. You know, Tales of Mandalorian. You know? Like, if we want to give it like an actual lucid title, right? Then all of a sudden the show is magically awesome. See, by making the joke, you're just reducing all your criticism down to the just most obvious, basic ass, inaccurate ass complaint. It's not even a clever observation. Okay, Boba Fett's not in like episode 5 and 6 of his own show or whatever, 6 or 7 of his own show. His own show, right? Just because it's got the title. It's just such a basic ass, generic ass comment. It got so annoying. And so, like, and we all fall prey to it, right? Because I was thinking the same thing just now. Like, we haven't seen him pretty much all this week. He's been here a little scene a couple episodes ago where they're trying to figure out, okay, we're going to go around the fight, and then he wasn't in the last episode at all. So it'd be easy to say, like, make the joke. The joke. Here it is. He's not in his own show. They should have called it Sasuke. No. A title's a jumping off point. The 100. There were only 100 people on the surface of the planet. I don't even think we got out of the... I don't even think we got out of the pilot episode of the 100, and there were not 100 people anymore. A title is a jumping off point. A title is not an overarching, ironclad, this is what the show is for the entire duration of the show. That is not what an effing title is. The title of a work is the jumping off point. It's where you start. It's not where you end. It's not where you are 2/3, 1/3, 50/3 way through the story. It is the jumping off point. It's where you start. That is a title. Now, you can make it more than that. And some people will make the title the overarching thing. You know, like I've seen people tell really good stories where the title is the last word of the story. And you don't even understand until, like, the title will be the word hello. You know, and you're wondering, what the hell does this mean? And you get to the end of it, and it's the last word. In fact, I've seen a very clever use of where he's about to say, and they do ... and you're supposed to superimpose the title into that. Very well done. That's fine, if that's what you're doing. Most of the time, the title is where you start. You effing morons. Sorry, it's a pet peeve of mine, man. Like, watching the 100 for 7 seasons, and how many people are making the jokes. What are we down to now? It's the 50. It's the 13. It's the 9. It's where you start, you dumbass. Oh my God. So the Book of Boba Fett, Shuka, I think we're starting to see with the Shuka. We're only, as I record this, we're only 3 episodes into it. And they should have called it Sabine. They should have called it Sabine. It's where we start. Naruto is where we start the series. Now, I'm sure we're going to get plenty of him in it. We have, but we've also had, we've had a lot of him not in it, And I made this complaint earlier in the run of these reactions. But it's just such a basic, generic ass observation. That's all I'm saying. And it's just a basic, comprehensive misunderstanding of the purpose of titles. The biggest thing you want to do with your title is you just don't want to turn off potential customers. Like, the reason I didn't watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer until the start of season 6, because it was a stupid-ass name. A stupid-ass name. Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And it was intentionally stupid. He did it on purpose. Well, congratulations. You lost an audience member for the first 5 seasons. You could have had one more Nielsen rating, And I'm sure I wasn't the only one. A lot of people were turned off by the name. So you just wanted to make sure you don't, you'll gatekeep who's going to watch your show by having a halfway decent name. Another smart thing in this day and age is to have a name where if somebody Googles it, they can actually find the effing, any information on your show. Like Lost or From, I guess Lost is such a big TV show, it does come up. But if you use one word, it's just a common ass word, like dog, ain't nobody finding any information on your show. So you need distinctive. That's the other thing if you're gonna title stuff. But anyway, I'm off the court. I'm in the audience. I'm like walking out the front door of the stadium at this point. Like, we're not even in the arena anymore. Like, let me get back on track. I just find it interesting, leaving aside the thing about the title, just because I like Naruto as a character, regardless of what this show's called. We'll pretend the show's called XYZ. I like him as a character, and we're just not spending much. It's like the show is more interested in Sasuke. The show's obsessed with Sasuke. So it makes me wonder, why isn't this show just about him? Like, why did we have 30 episodes with him not in it? Why wasn't it potentially called Sasuke, right? I wonder about that. I think there has to be a reason. Because this goes all the way back to the manga, right? And I wonder if he was gone for a extended period in the manga as well. I assume he was. So, why? Because clearly, you see this in writing sometimes with fledgling writers, people who haven't been writing for very long. They have a great story idea, they have a great plot, and then they make the wrong character the protagonist. I've seen this before. I've given this note. Look, you've got this person as protagonist, but clearly you like this other character more. Why don't you just make them the protagonist? And I give them a note, and they rewrite it, and all of a sudden the story works completely. It's a brilliant story. This happened, some famous story. I forget what it was. But it's like nobody was going to publish a novel, and then they did this. They changed the point of view, and they made this other character the protagonist. It's like, yes, that's who it was. And it clicked, and they sold. I can't remember who it was. But it feels like that. It feels like the show's way more obsessed with Sasuke, so why wouldn't he be the main character? And I think there's a reason. I can't put my finger on what it is. I wonder, though. Maybe it's just, like I said, we're almost halfway through the story of the canon story, right? The rubber's on the road right now. At this point, we need to get to it. Like, we don't have time for diversions and sidetracks and, like, at this point, we need to get down to business, right? So that tells me that the show is what it is at this point. I don't know. I guess it's something I need to think about in between episodes. I'm now at the point where I'm thinking on camera. This isn't where I thought this conversation was going to go. But, like, it is just, he hasn't had much to do. Yeah, I have a feeling maybe he's going to carry the entire show on his back for the rest of the series. Probably not. It is an ensemble show. We're spending a lot of time with Bug Guy and Puppet Guy, right? I think the show likes a lot of characters and wants to spend time with each one of them. But why is that always at the expense of Naruto? So it's just what I'm thinking right now. That's why I find it interesting. Okay, so let's talk about powers. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just this is a comprehensive list, and it's also individual powers. I'm not talking about, like, for instance, Hokage is the most powerful person we've ever seen. So obviously you'd all want to be the Hokage. I'm not talking about being the person who demonstrated power, because he's the obvious choice. He's the most powerful person. He knows the most different kinds of jutsus, right? So when I'm talking about individual power, you can have one power you've seen over the entire course of the show. That's it, one. Which one would it be? So these are ranked in the order they appear will be the order I would take them. Like, for instance, if we had a draft and each person gets a power, once somebody picks a power, you don't get it. If I'm 12th in the draft and we'll see what's down there, that's what I would pick. But if I had the first pick in the draft, I'd pick this shadow paralysis thing. Mainly because the shadows are everywhere. Like, think about it. He had a balloon up in the sky. And he was drawing shadows from that. And he was able to extend his shadow down up through a tunnel and back and able to pull it out a little bit. And, look at how many shadows are in this room right now. Well, you can't see my room. Look around your room. How many shadows are there? I don't care how well your lighting is. My lighting is pretty good. I don't care how good your lighting is, there are shadows. Those can be used against you. That's why the shadow key and lock and key is the most scary, dangerous key. Because that's, shadows are everywhere. So to me, that's the best power. Second, body control. If somebody can control your body and make you do what they want, that is terrifying. Another thing I'm talking about, the reason why this is my pick order, is because it's the utility. How many different ways can you use it? Like, the ability to control fire is on here somewhere, but it has a limited use. If you're going to use fire, that means you're willing to destroy what's in a room. What if you're in a room full of a lot of money and you want to threaten people, but you also want the money? You can't use your firepower. You better use their other kind of firepower, because you can't use your power to control fire, because you'll burn up the money, right? So, and if you're out in the rain, you wouldn't be able to do it. If you're fighting on water or underwater, you wouldn't be able to do it. Now, some of these other powers you couldn't either, but I'm just saying, like, the shadow paralysis, like, that power is only limited. There's very specific use cases where it's limited. Like, if somebody's standing out in the middle of a field, there's no trees in sight, there's not a cloud in the sky, they're okay. How many times are they going to be in that situation? Sooner or later, they got to move. They got to go somewhere. So in that particular case, it's the least limited, is what I'm saying. Body control, is a little bit more limited than shadow paralysis. For instance, you can only control one person at a time. What if 4 people are running at you? Okay, you control one of them. He jumps one person. Maybe a third person is going to assist him. Meanwhile, that 4th person is coming and going to punch you right in the face. And if you get punched in the face, you lose the ability to control. So it's a little bit different. We saw that one dude paralyze 8 people at once. 8 people at once he was able to paralyze. So that's what I'm saying. Each one of these below these two are going to have less and less utility. There'll be less versatility. There'll be less universally able to be used in various scenarios, right? So that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for maximum versatility, and for me, shadow paralysis is the best. Body control is the second best. It's also just a generally terrifying power. Somebody controls your body. That's a horrible way to go. What if they control your body and make you walk off a cliff? Like, that's just terrible, right? Moving on. Sand manipulation, that's pretty good, especially if you got the container of sand with you. Even better if you live in the desert. If you live in the desert, you're unbeatable. Like, you are unbeatable. And that's where I would live, right? If I had the 3rd pick in the draft and people had picked these other 2 things, I'd pick in sand manipulation. Sand's, I just live on a beach. You don't even have to live in the desert. I'd live on a beach, right? And I'd also have a vial of sand in my pocket. I'd carry a briefcase of sand. I'd have a backpack of sand. I might have a little bit of sand in my mouth. I'm just saying, I got sand everywhere, and I'm using that shit. So that one's pretty good. It's a little bit less useful, but you can even use it as a shield, right? That's pretty good. We've seen Guard. Guard is terrifying for his sand power. Now, he's also turns into the Hulk or something, but, half a Hulk anyway. But still, man, it doesn't have quite the amount of flexibility and versatility as these other two. By the way, I definitely want to hear your thoughts, what your order would be. If you disagree with any of these things, you think something, if there's a versatility to any of these things I haven't thought of, let me know. Cloning, damn useful. Be able to create 10 of you. Hey, go do the job. Look, I'm a man who, when I get home, all the grocery bags go in the house in one trip. I'm not taking 2 trips. I don't care if I have 500 pounds of groceries. I'm sitting there and I've got grocery bags in my teeth, and I've got 16 grocery bags on each hand, and that plastic's cutting in my hand, and it's about to cut my hand off. I'm getting gangrene. If I have to walk 1 inch an hour, I'm going to inch my way towards there. I'd rather do it that way than take 2 trips to the car, because I'm a man, because that's what men do. It's what we do. So, if I could clone, all the groceries come in, it don't matter how many groceries we got. We each take 1 bag. Now, a lot more useless than that, right? The only problem is, I think, I'm a little unclear on how sentient these clones are. Can you say, I need you to find my cat that ran out the front door? Well, what if he gets out there, is it only if he sees a cat, does he go find the cat and bring it back? Does he bring back the neighbor's cat because he's just bringing back a cat? Or does he think, okay, now where would the cat be? And he goes down, and he's looking, and he sees a cattail this way, and he sees a cattail that way. But does he remember which one's yours? Does he think, where do cats hide? Or does he have to be told every single direction? I don't know, how much control. Does he have to be puppeted, like we see with the puppet power, right? Does he have to be puppeted? It doesn't seem like they have to be puppeted. They seem they have some autonomy. They can perform actions. Maybe like a Meeseeks, they perform one action and they disappear. It seems to be the case. So it might be higher on my list if I had some answers to some of these questions. But as presented so far, it's still a pretty damn useful power. And most people can do it. Maybe they can't do as many clones as Naruto, but most people can do it. But we're ranking specific powers. If I had the 4th pick in a draft, I would take cloning over anything else, because that seems pretty damn useful, but not quite as useful. Bug control, pretty damn useful. Gross, disgusting, pretty damn useful. Bugs are everywhere. So I don't know if can he only control beetles, right? Is that a thing? Is it only one kind of bug, or can you control all bugs? Like maybe maybe by the time he's 40 or 50 years old, he can control any bug there is. Or is it only one specific kind of bug? I don't know. But that's the question, right? With what I know so far, the information I have, this is fifth on the list. Fire control. Useful. It's not at the bottom of the list. It's only, number 6. But, like I said, it has a lot of limitations. So there's a lot of things like, for instance, if you just want to capture somebody, you can't use fire control. Like your power is useless if you only have one power. Thinking about that, maybe this should be even lower. Like, say your goal is just you need to capture somebody and have a conversation with them, and you're going to release them. Most of these other things, you can do that. You can clone, pull out 2 clones. They can grab them, hold their arms, and you talk. Use sand to imprison them, control their body, paralyze them, whatever, right? Even bugs, scare them with a tarantula, But with fire, you can't do any of that stuff. So, like, you can only kill, or badly injure, or destroy with fire. So, now that I think about it, maybe fire should even be lower on the list. I just put it this high because it's cool. It's a cool power. Shape-shifting, not much utility there. In very specific circumstances, it can be really powerful. You can imitate the president and get a free meal at a restaurant or something. Oh, Mr. President, yeah, no charge, whatever. So you can do that, like, I don't know. I mean, if you need to infiltrate someplace, it's very useful. If you need to get close enough to somebody to kill them, it's very useful. But there's also, there's a lot of use cases where it's not useful at all. So got that. Puppetry, same thing. In certain circumstances, puppetry could be very good, right? You send somebody in, but, I was talked about the limitations during the episode where he was doing it. I don't remember if it's this episode or the previous episode. It has a lot of limitations. Oh, yeah, that fan crap. So that's the last thing on my list. You have a large fan, and you can wave it at people and blow their hair back. Ooh, good for you. If I forgot something, let me know. If you think there's a power better than some of these others, let me know that.